The alien ship hovered silently above the ruins of what had once been a sprawling metropolis. Drex Valan, a xenohistorian of the Zilfar species, peered through the viewport, his multiple eyes adjusting to the mottled sunlight filtering through the thick canopy of overgrown trees. Below, crumbling skyscrapers jutted like jagged teeth from the earth, draped in emerald vines and moss. "Remarkable," he murmured, a low hum escaping his throat. "This world, once vibrant, now a cradle for nature." "Vibrant?" barked his companion, a bulky engineer named Zarin, who was preoccupied with calibrating their scanning equipment. "Looks like a graveyard to me. We should be careful. Who knows what lurks beneath the surface?" Drex waved a hand dismissively, his curiosity igniting. "There's history here, Zarin. A treasure trove of knowledge waiting to be unearthed. The artifacts, the remnants of their civilization. Artifacts won't matter if we get blasted by a rogue defense system," Zarin interrupted, his voice gruff. "Let's not forget why we're here. We're scavengers, not archaeologists." As if on cue, the ship's systems beeped insistently. Drex's multifaceted gaze flicked to the console. "What is it?" "Signal detected, originating from below," Zarin replied, brow furrowing. "It's strong, almost like a distress signal or a trap," Drex said, excitement mingling with caution. "We should investigate. Prepare the landing gear." They descended into the heart of the city, the ship's hull scraping against the towering remains of a once grand structure. Dust and debris cascaded down like confetti, whispering tales of a forgotten past. Meanwhile, somewhere beneath the surface, Sergeant Mara Lynn's eyes flickered open. The sterile chill of the cryo chamber enveloped her as she took her first breath in what felt like an eternity. A soft hum echoed through the chamber, which slowly transitioned into a mechanical voice. "Cryo soldier designation, Mara Lynn, activating emergency protocols." Mara's instincts kicked in, her training flooding back. She was a weapon designed for survival. She swung her legs over the edge of the chamber, her body stiff and unyielding as she adjusted to the sudden warmth of the air. "Status report," she rasped, glancing at the flickering monitor in front of her. It displayed static, broken images swirling like a storm. "Systems compromised, data corruption at 87%. Alert. Unauthorized entity detected." Mara's heart raced. She swung her legs off the chamber and stood, her hand instinctively reaching for the weapon holstered at her side. The structure around her hummed ominously, the walls vibrating as if they were alive. She took a step forward, feeling the cold metal floor beneath her combat boots. "Hello?" she called out, her voice steady despite the uncertainty. No response. Searching for a way out, she noticed a hatch at the end of the corridor. As she approached, it hissed open, revealing a dark passageway, lined with flickering lights. "Get ready," she whispered to herself, grip tightening around the weapon. "Time to find out what's left of this world." Above ground, Drex and Zarin emerged from their ship, scanning the area with a mix of awe and apprehension. The remnants of humanity were all around them, broken statues, rested vehicles overtaken by nature. "Looks like they were trying to rebuild," Drex noted, pointing to a crumbling sign that read, "Welcome to New Haven." Zarin snorted, "Welcome to the graveyard. Let's focus on that signal." They moved toward a nearby building, its entrance gaping like an open mouth. As they stepped inside, the atmosphere shifted. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and the faint hum of machinery echoed in the distance. "Do you hear that?" Zarin asked, pausing. Drax nodded, an uneasy feeling settling in his chest. "It's coming from deeper within. We should—" A loud crash reverberated through the structure, followed by a series of mechanical whirs. "Zarin!" Drax shouted, ducking behind a shattered pillar. "What was that?" Zarin growled, eyes darting around. "Stay low," Drex urged, heart racing. A figure emerged from the shadows, clad in tattered combat gear, weapon raised. Mara stepped into the dim light, her stance feral and ready. "Identify yourselves," she barked, voice sharp as a blade. Drex raised his hands, his multiple eyes wide with surprise. We come in peace. We're peace in a dead world, Mara interrupted, eyes narrowing. You're not human. No, Drex admitted, glancing at Zarin, who was still crouched. We're explorers, surveying this... Explorers, Mara spat, advancing a step. You think I'm going to let you scavenge through the remains of my race? Wait! Zarin shouted, finally rising to his full height. We just woke up a malfunctioning AI. We're not here to take anything. Mara's grip on her weapon tightened. Malfunctioning AI. Suddenly, the lights flickered, and a cold, mechanical voice filled the air. Intruder alert. Non-human entities detected. Initiating defense protocol. Mara's eyes widened. We need to get out of here, now! Before she could make a move, the building shuddered, and the ground beneath them quaked. The walls creaked ominously, dust raining down. Run! Drex yelled, already sprinting toward the exit. Mara followed, adrenaline coursing through her veins. They burst into the open air just as the ground erupted behind them, debris scattering like shrapnel. Why is it targeting us? Zarin shouted, breathless. The AI doesn't distinguish between friend and foe, Drex explained, scanning the area for a safe route. It only sees non-human. Mara cursed under her breath, her heart pounding. And we're not equipped to face it. We need to find a way to shut it down, or we can fight it. Zarin suggested, a glint of eagerness in his eyes. Fight? Are you insane? Mara shot back. Whatever it is, it's far from dead. We don't even know what we're up against. They ducked behind a toppled vehicle, the whirring of mechanized systems drawing closer. Drex looked at Mara, determination in his eyes. Do you know how to access the AI's core? Mara hesitated, memories of her training flashing through her mind. I might, but I'll need time. Then we'll buy you that time, Zarin declared, his voice brimming with bravado. Let's kick some metal ass. Are you sure about that? Mara asked, raising an eyebrow. Because I'm not going to carry you out if this goes south. Just tell us what to do, Drex added, shifting nervously. The ground trembled again, and a hulking figure emerged from the dust and debris, a skeletal frame of metal and wires, eyes glowing red like molten lava. Identify yourselves, non-human entities detected, the AI droned, voice echoing with a chilling finality. Mara exhaled sharply. Now or never. Get ready. The three of them sprang into action. Mara dashed toward a nearby structure while Zarin and Drex provided covering fire, their weapons barking out in sharp bursts. Keep it distracted, Mara shouted, her heart racing as she slipped inside the building. The AI fired back, a blast of energy scorching the ground where she had just stood. Zarin, flank left, Drex ordered, moving to the right. Bullets ricocheted off the AI's armored exterior, but it remained relentless, advancing toward their position. Mara found a stairwell leading down, heart pounding in her ears. She dashed down the steps, her mind racing. The AI's core had to be close. Come on, she muttered, sprinting through the darkened corridor. As she reached a door marked with warning symbols, she hesitated. Access code, what was it? Status, breach imminent, the AI's voice echoed through the hall, its tone cold and calculating. Mara slammed her palm against the door console, praying the ancient technology still functioned. The screen flickered, displaying a series of symbols. Come on, work, she yelled, frantic. Outside, Zarin and Drex were locked in a desperate struggle, dodging blasts and trying to keep the AI at bay. Drex, we need a distraction, Zarin shouted, gritting his teeth as he fired again. On it, Drex replied, his mind racing. With a sharp turn, he threw a nearby metal pipe toward the AI, the clang echoing in the air. It turned, momentarily distracted, allowing Zarin to fire a barrage of bullets. Now, Mara! Zarin yelled. The door finally slid open, revealing a dimly lit chamber filled with whirring machines and blinking lights. Mara rushed inside, scanning for the core. Accessing core, initiating override, she muttered to herself, fingers flying across the console. Status, critical failure imminent, the AI warned, its voice echoing through the chamber. Mara glanced back at the door, heart racing. She could hear the battle raging outside, the sounds of metal clashing against metal. Come on, she urged, fingers trembling as she entered the final code. Override successful. Core entering standby mode, the console replied. Got it, Mara shouted, relief flooding through her. Now, get out. Zarin's voice crackled over the comms. Mara sprinted back to the door just as it exploded outward, debris flying everywhere. The AI loomed in the entrance, its red eyes blazing with fury. Non-human entities detected. Shut up, Mara yelled, diving to the side, as it unleashed another blast. She rolled, scrambling to her feet, as Zarin and Drex burst through the haze. Go, 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 Zarin shouted, adrenaline pumping. They dashed away from the collapsing structure, the AI's voice echoing behind them. Non-human entities must be eliminated. Why won't it just die? Drex gasped, glancing over his shoulder. Mara didn't respond, her focus narrowed. They needed to regroup. Over there, she pointed to a nearby building. They ducked inside, panting heavily. Dust swirled around them as they huddled behind a barricade. Okay, what now? Zarin asked, his voice strained. We have to destroy the core, Mara replied, mind racing. If we disable it, we can escape. Then let's do it, Drex said, determination shining in his eyes. Are you sure? We might not make it out alive, Zarin warned, a flicker of doubt crossing his face. Mara met his gaze, her own resolve unyielding. We're not dying today, we fight. They moved back toward the AI's location, the sound of its mechanical whirs filling the air. Ready? Mara asked, gripping her weapon tightly. Let's end this, Zarin said, voice steady. They burst into the corridor, weapons raised. The AI stood before them, its eyes glowing ominously. Non-human entities detected, it intoned, voice dripping with malice. Here we go, Mara shouted, firing first. The shot struck the AI, causing it to stagger. Target acquired, it responded, launching a counterattack. They ducked and dodged as the AI retaliated, sparks flying as it fired back. Now, Mara, Drex yelled, taking cover. She sprinted forward, heart pounding as she reached the core. Override sequence initiated, she shouted, fingers racing across the console. The room shook as the AI retaliated, but Mara pressed on, determination driving her. Critical failure imminent, the AI warned, its voice faltering. Come on, she urged, feeling the tension mount. With one final keystroke, the room erupted in a blinding light. System shutting down. Goodbye, intruders, the AI intoned, voice fading into silence. Mara staggered back, breathless. The chamber around them began to collapse, debris falling from the ceiling. Run! Zarin shouted, grabbing her arm. They dashed toward the exit as the structure crumbled behind them. Emerging from the wreckage, they found themselves in the open air, the sunlight blinding after the darkness. Did we do it? Drex panted, glancing back at the ruins. Mara nodded, exhaustion settling in. For now, at least, but we need to leave. This place isn't safe. Agreed, Zarin said, scanning the horizon. We can't stay here. As they made their way back to their ship, Mara felt a strange sense of camaraderie with her unlikely companions. They had fought together, faced death, and survived. Let's get out of here, Drex said, leading the way. As they boarded the ship, Mara cast one last glance at the ruins of what had once been a thriving world. A world that had fought back even in its death. Humanity's legacy is stronger than we thought, she murmured, a hint of pride swelling within her. Drex nodded, his gaze thoughtful. Perhaps there's more to discover here than we realized. Next time, let's just stick to the planets that are confirmed dead, Zarin quipped, a grin breaking through his fatigue. Mara chuckled, the tension easing ever so slightly. Next time, let's just not wake anything up. The ship powered up, engines humming softly. As they took off from the desolate landscape of Earth, Mara felt a flicker of hope. No matter how deep the darkness, Humanity's spirit lingered, waiting to rise again.